As government of Kenya, I need also to highlight, we have put in a bit of seed money to encourage private sector investments across these priority sectors through the Kenya Jobs for Economic Transformation project, KJET project, where we are investing 40 million US dollars, the equivalent of 5 billion shillings, to de-risk private sector investments in these areas and to crowd in more investment from private sector to promote clean industrialization while creating jobs and empowering the people of Kenya. Kenya's national cooking transition strategy estimates that approximately 430 million US dollars is required to achieve universal access to clean cooking at the household level. We are also unveiling a ban manufacturing electric cook stove, a flagship example of how innovation, manufacturing, and clean energy can come together to deliver affordable electric cooking solutions at scale. In addition, we are presenting a circular economy investment prospectus, highlighting the opportunities in recycling waste, management, and resource-efficient industries that can create jobs while reducing environmental impact. These demonstrate that Africa's green industrial transition is not theoretical, it is practical, investable, and is already underway. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the transition to green global economy is inevitable. The only question before us is where the industries of the future will be built. As a country, Kenya is ready to work with partners across Africa and around the world to unlock this extraordinary potential and opportunity. Together, let us transform Africa into a globally competitive hub for sustainable manufacturing and green innovation. Let us ensure that the next chapter of global industrialization is written in Africa and powered by Africa's green energy. This forum comes at a defining moment for Africa and for the global economy, when we are witnessing great disruptions and reorganization of supply chains around the world. Climate commitments are reshaping industry. Investors are looking for destinations that combine sustainability, competitiveness, and long-term growth. And in this emerging global order, we see this as Africa's moment. Africa today stands at the intersection of climate action and economic transformation. And in this juncture, this continent of Africa possesses 4 extraordinary natural advantages. Number 1, vast renewable energy potential with abundant solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal resources capable of powering large-scale clean industrial development. Number 2, abundant critical minerals essential for the global energy transition, including cobalt, lithium, manganese, platinum, and rare earth elements required for batteries, electric vehicles, and renewable technologies. Number 3, Africa is expanding its regional market and integrating it, driven by the African Continental Free Trade Area, which is creating a single market of 1.4 billion people and a GDP combined of around 3 trillion US dollars. And lastly, Africa has the world's youngest and fastest growing workforce, providing the talent, innovation, and labor force required to power the industries of the future. The next 40 years will not be defined by globalization, neither will they be influenced by globalization and its antecedents, because globalization is behind us. they will be defined by other drivers. And those three drivers into the future are: one, the people. Everything we do, the investments we make, the policy decisions we make must be centered around the people and transforming their lives, empowering them, and the people in their diversity and in their inclusivity, including women, the youth, and everybody else in between. Besides the people, the other driver of a new future is going to be technology. And therefore, the energy transition, for example, is part of that technological shift. The third and last driver, besides the people and technology, is going to be partnerships. The public sector does not have all the resources that we require to transform the world into a better world. And that's why, for us in Kenya, we are very keen on public-private partnerships that are going to define our world. And that's why we are putting $40 million in KJED, but we want to crowd in maybe 10 times, 20 times, 30 times resources, in terms of resources from the private sector. So in a nutshell, 1 generation from now, Africa, the place of Africa in the global economy a generation from now will be defined by what measures we take and how fast we hook into the drivers of the future. And these drivers are the people, technology, and partnerships. Thank you and have a good morning.
Asante. Countries are rethinking supply chains. Investors are rethinking risks. Industry is rethinking where future production will be anchored. And this presents a strategic opportunity for all countries, for Kenya and for Africa, to reposition ourselves. This is where Africa's Green Industrialization Initiative, in short called AGII, comes in. In 2023, His Excellency President Ruto, together with other African leaders, launched the Africa Green Industrialization Initiatives, a bold vision to drive investment in green sectors. Launched at a global climate summit, COP28 in Dubai, the initiative reflects a deeper reality that as climate risks intensify, resilience and efficiency are becoming economic priorities.
We can accelerate the shift towards a resilient, resource-efficient economy that benefits communities, preserves our planet, and drives economic growth for the future. Today's AGII forum is not just about the launch of the prospectus document. It is about affirming a new economic narrative for Kenya, one where waste is no longer an environmental liability, but a catalyst for green growth, industrial innovation, and the creation of decent jobs for the youth and women. Similarly, scaling up clean energy innovations can drive industrial growth while safeguarding human health and the environment.
And I want to ride on what was announced by His Excellency the President on the 25th. The $2.9 billion worth of deals, $150 million of that was actually green deals. But we want to accelerate that journey, and that is why at the Ministry of Investments, Trade and Industry, through the Kenya Investment Authority, we have launched a green aspect of our investment deal room to accelerate conversations around how to really fast-track investment projects that are green in nature. And we know that the green ambition will not be won by conversations, it will be won by investment. So we must finance them, we must scale them up, we must make center stage those deals in what we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, when I look at the statistics in Makueni alone, I cringe. I have a robust environmental concerns. We are leading in the Lower Eastern region, 13% forest cover, but we are consuming 26 tons of firewood. And at the same time, trying to preserve the forest, and people are consuming firewood. So when I sit here, I think, and looking at the map presented by Elizabeth, I know what we are talking about. So we are in the correct place. I'm here to sign a memorandum of understanding on these matters, and I hope all of us can pick up these issues and think about what I am saying, and let me bring this to reality. You know, sometimes we use large acronyms and it gets confusing. Who cooks in the community? I'm standing here to say that when we are talking about clean cooking, we are protecting the mothers of this country who are the fulcrum of the families. So when I speak about 245,000 households in Makueni, I know every household, the pillar is the woman. When we do this and make sure that they have clean cooking, and then you go to clean water, then we are talking. And therefore, speaking now as a politician, I want to support the women. Thank you.